Well, hey everyone, my name is Jim, one of the hosts of the Flying Midwest podcast. Welcome to this Flying Midwest Quickcast. Today is going to be Tuesday, July 14th, and I've got news for you from AirVenture. Now, I can tell you from forums before AirVenture to try to see what's going on the grounds and get a feel for things. One question has continued to come up over and over again, and that is, when are the web streams going live? Well, I have news for you. They are live as of this afternoon. So check those out. They show you all kinds of different things on the ground. And just for some backstory here, EAA has been doing these live cams since about 2017 or 2018. These came online for people to have like a wayfinder type of system so that they could see the grounds and get a feel for the grounds. And I think that there was 3 cameras to start. That over the years, because of the viewership and the interest in these webcams, has expanded tremendously. So just for a point of example, 2018, they had roughly 800,000 website accesses for the live streams. They didn't keep like exact numbers of number of hours or number of individuals. That's how many times the web stream website was accessed over the week of AirVenture. Fast forward to 2019, those numbers double with 1.6 million web stream accesses. I can promise you I was one of them because I couldn't make the show that year. I wasn't all of them, but I was on there a lot. So talking a little bit more about those individual cameras, like the North camera covered the Warbirds and home builds, I think. Central was going to be vintage and your Boeing Plaza, and the south end was all the ultralights. For modern day webcams, they're up to 6. So that is going to be the green dot, which is all the runway, checking out the landings and secretly judging your friends as they hit or don't hit the dot. They've got a camera at Warbirds. They got a camera at Vintage. They have a camera at the ultralights. They have the Boeing Plaza camera, and they have the seaplane base. Also included in here is an ADS-B stream, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's the ADS-B data on a map that has air traffic control in the background, or in some cases, they have EAA radios broadcasts on as well. And you can check those out through the show. You can watch the conga line of airplanes as they make their annual voyage north through Fisk and to the grounds. On the website for this, they also have 4 air traffic control broadcasts from liveatc.net for you to hear all of the action like it was in your headset. I do know that for those that cannot make it to the show, either they can only make it part of the show or they can't make it all. This is a really cool feature to be able to still check out the live streams, see your favorite Warbirds, see what's going on and moving around on Boeing Plaza, and just really still have a feel for the show, even if you can't be there. So kudos to EAA for having all these different options to give people access to the show. And hopefully even those newer people who haven't experienced the show maybe stumble on a web stream and go, this is a place that I have to be in the future. Another thing that you'll find on that page is the EAA plane talks that happen on Boeing Plaza, hosted by friend of the podcast, Ryan Dombrowski. Spoiler alert, I will be doing some video stuff with him this year, seeing some of the behind the scenes of how he puts those together. So you can check those out on Aero Exploration when I finally film them and actually put them on the YouTube channel. But that is something I'm excited about this year, covering some of the behind the scenes action at AirVenture and how all this stuff comes together. All right, so those of you who can't make it out to this show or only part of the show and you want to check out the live stream, it is going to be at eaa.org/airventure/live. I'm going to put a link for that down in the notes of this, whether it be the reel you're watching or on your podcast service, so that you don't miss any of the action out at AirVenture. And you have my permission, for whatever it's worth, to quote unquote work and lurk and have multiple screens up with different webcams of the show, ATC audio. Just keep it low so you don't disturb your coworkers, and enjoy the show while you're working on that big report you have to work on, or PowerPoint presentation, or whatever. As if the webcams weren't enough to get you in the spirit for AirVenture, we will be returning to our now annual episode with Dick Napinski, who is the Director of Communications for EAA. That full podcast episode will be out this weekend, so take a look for that. Perfectly timed to get you in the spirit for the show itself. And for those of you who can make it to the show, we will be there for a good chunk of the week. Maddie can only be there for part of Sunday and Monday. Badger and I will be there for most of the week. I will be departing probably back for home on Friday morning of the later part of the show. So we do have one formal meet and greet that's going to be at 1 p.m. on Monday, July 20th. We're going to be at the EAA Blue Barn, which is right across the street from all the forum stages. So we will likely be inside of there. There's a little kind of hangout area that we commandeered last year, and no one called us on it or kicked us out. So we're going to try that again this year until EAA says we have to go. But come join us there. Come say hello. We've got a limited number of stickers, so we'd love to give those out. We'd love to meet as many of you as we can, take photos, or what have you. And if you can't make it to that event and you still want to say hello, send us a message. I can't promise that we're going to be able to break away from whatever interviews we're doing, but if we get messages on our social medias from our listeners, we'll make efforts to try to meet up with people and say hello. Or if you see us at the show, or in last year's case, hear our voices at the show and recognize us, certainly come and say hello. We would love to hear from you. So this is a great time of year to reconnect with all of our aviation friends and family now at this point. So don't be a stranger if you see us or hear us at the show. All right, that's going to do it for this quick cast of the Fly Midwest podcast. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you at OSH.